Hello everyone, Douglas here, and welcome to my Doctor Who review, and today I will be reviewing the Series 2 opening story, New Earth. This story is the sequel to the Ninth Doctor's second story, The End of the World, and it takes place 23 years later. Russell said of the episode, "I promised Billie an episode which she'd be funny." So episode 1 of the new series is very much based around comedy for Billie. Our cold open scene begins inside the TARDIS. We see a hand holds the handle of the TARDIS console, and it is the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant, and he is getting the TARDIS ready for takeoff. And we see Rose, played by Billie Piper, and she is saying goodbye to Mickey and Jackie. We see Rose enters the TARDIS, and the TARDIS takes off. We see Rose asks the Doctor where they are going, and the Doctor replies saying, "Further than we've ever gone before." Our opening scene begins with the TARDIS already landed, and the year is 5,023,000,023. They are in Galaxy M87, and this is New Earth. I love the shot of the city in the background and the cars flying in the sky, and that is so cool. We see that someone is watching the Doctor and Rose, and we see the robot spider. We find out from the Doctor that the city is called New York. I love the Doctor's line when he says, New York. That was long to say. We see the Doctor and Rose see a hospital, and we find out that someone wants to see the Doctor. And we find out that Cassandra, played by Zoe Wanamaker, survived. We see the Doctor and Rose are inside the hospital, and we find out it is controlled by cat people. Cat people, you say? We see the Doctor goes inside an elevator, and Rose gets separated from the Doctor. And the Doctor tries to warn Rose about the disinfected, but it fails. We see Rose is going down, and the disinfected starts, and a funny scene I like is when the Doctor is taking a shower with his clothes on, which is so funny. We see Rose arrives in a basement. We see Rose is greeted by Cassandra's servant, Chip, played by Sean Gallagher. We see the Doctor arrives in Ward 26, and we are introduced to Novus Hain, played by Anna Hope. And we see the Doctor found the face of Bo. And the last time we saw him was in the End of the World. We find out from Novus that the face of Bo is dying. We see Rose notices an old home movie, and we do see Cassandra as a human. And who is he greeted by? Cassandra. We find out how she survived, and that piece of skin was taken from the front of her body, and this piece is the back. We find out from Cassandra the Sisterhood of Plentitude, which is the name of the cat people, are hiding something. We see Rose walks backwards and she is caught. We see Cassandra makes her way into Rose's body, and Cassandra takes over Rose. We see Cassandra finds about the Doctor's new face. It looks like Cassandra was right. The Sisterhood is hiding something. And we see the intensive care unit. We see one of the cats kills the patient. We see Cassandra meets the Doctor, but the Doctor doesn't know it yet. We see the Doctor and Cassandra find a secret door to the intensive care unit. And why is it secret? We see the Doctor opens a pod door, and we see the infection. And this is the first time he says, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." We find out from the Doctor that they have every single disease in the galaxy. We find out from the Doctor that they are not patients. They were born sick. We see the Doctor is not happy with this. I love how Cassandra reveals herself to the Doctor and she knocks him out with perfume. We see Cassandra pulls the cables and the alarm is triggered. We see the Doctor is in a pod. We see Cassandra is blackmailing the Sisterhood. We see Chip opens all the doors and everyone gets out. We see the Doctor wants Cassandra out of Rose's body and she is compressing Rose to death. We see Cassandra leaves Rose's body and possesses the Doctor's body. I love Cassandra's line when she is taking over the Doctor's body when he says, "Oh baby, I'm made out of a sunburn." We see Rose and Cassandra escape through the ladder. I love Cassandra's line when she's inside her head. They're so alone. They keep reaching out just to hold us all their lives, and they've never been touched. We see the Doctor is going down through the elevator shaft. We see the Doctor is putting every cure to get her. I like the Doctor's line when he says, "I've got an appointment." The Doctor is in. We see the Doctor is inside the elevator, and we see everyone with the virus is coming for the Doctor, and we see the disinfectant and everyone is cured. I like the Doctor's line when he says, "I'm the Doctor, and I cured them." We see the Doctor and the face of Bo are talking, and we find out from the face of Bo, we shall meet again, Doctor, for the third time, for the last time, and the truth shall be told until that day. And we are getting another sequel, but not till Series 3. And we see the face of Bo teleport out. We find out from Cassandra that she doesn't want to die. We see Cassandra takes over Chip's body. We find out from the Doctor that he can take her to the city. They can build her a skin tank, and she can stand trial for what she has done. We find out from Cassandra that she accepts her fate of death. We see the Doctor takes Cassandra back to her past, and she sees herself. We see Cassandra meets herself, and we see her die. And that is a great end. I will say it is a weak story, but I actually found it fascinating, and this felt like a zombie story. I have to say, Billie Piper is on fire in this story, and it's fun to see her play both Rose and Cassandra. And David Tennant is good in this story as well, and he is also funny when Cassandra takes over him. I also like the cat makeup, and that is impressive. Another thing I forgot to mention in this review is when we see the Doctor and Cassandra kiss, and I found out that was unscripted, and you can tell David Tennant was shocked, and I did not know this was unscripted. I have nothing else to say, and I will give New Earth an 8 out of 10. So that is my review of New Earth. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time for my review of Tooth and Claw. And no, this has nothing to do with the Tooth Fairy.